Welcome everyone to the 28th IRF Junior World Championship, where we have the boys 14 and under singles. It's our last singles match that we'll be live streaming today. I'm Laura McCormick, and joining me with this colorful commentary is Gary Mazeroff. Welcome, Gary.
Thank you, Laura. I just returned from officiating one of the best matches of the tournament.
And who was that?
Countrymen 2 from Korea in the boys 12 semifinal in the white division. 1 hour and 10 minutes, 11-7 tiebreak.
Oh my gosh. It's fun, and there's so many exciting matches like that. And one of the things that I just love about this tournament is all the different players from everywhere coming out together, cheering each other on, watching, and having such high-level competition. Seeing the families, seeing everyone get along from different teams. I mean, I saw Korea and Bolivia hanging out. It's nice that these guys kind of create that camaraderie at such a young age.
That's correct.
Right now we have Diego Garcia serving against Sebastian Longoria.
One of the things I've noticed with these two players, obviously their skill set is so high they've made the semis, yet few unforced errors.
It's good to see that. It can make such a difference. Well, so far, these two very evenly matched. It's still 0-0. We've had a couple side outs, good rallies. We might be in for a long stretch for this one.
Yeah, both of them can go get the ball. I'd like to recognize our officiating crew, Laura. Gustavo Farel from Uruguay is our head official. Real international flavor, Marie Gomar, Guatemala, one of the linespersons, persons, and Jose Mazariegos from Colombia, the other line. Sebastian.
Ooh, nice skip. It's going to be the first point for Garcia.
Sebastian is coached by Yanko from Monterrey in Mexico, and Diego from his brother Brian. He's out of Cochabamba in Bolivia.
Another point for Garcia. Two zero.
Keeps pounding those drives cross court, but up till this point hasn't been able to put one in. When he hits the ball that well, he doesn't have to put those in. Just end the rally.
Bolivia has had a great representation of players here at this event, especially in the semifinals. They've been dominating some of the streaming today. It'll be really interesting to see what happens tomorrow in the finals. We know 2 Bolivians are going to be in the finals. We saw our 14 singles female champion Rivero and Christian Mina, who just won in 18 singles.
Should be a great match. So there's one of the few unforced errors by Longoria.
That makes it 5-0 already.
Same theme. Short drive serves on the first, lobbing second. And ending the match 1 or 2 moments later. Very, very strong player.
6-0. I'm surprised we don't have any timeouts yet from Mexico.
Correct.
He's looking for an appeal on a screen serve, or short serve, excuse me. One judge agrees, one disagrees.
So Mexico now in this game has 2 available timeouts remaining. Excuse me, appeals. And they still have 2 timeouts. It's unnerving, Laura. You hit good shots and your opponent returns it, keeps you deep, so you start pressing. Whether you think you are or not, you start pressing and you start overhitting. Case in point, he's down, what?
7 points. 7 serving 0. He's going to call a timeout. I think that's a good timeout. We'll see what he can do here against Garcia when we come back. We're back in game 1 of our boys 14 and under singles semifinal. This is the last singles semifinal that we'll be streaming today, Gary. Coming up, we do have doubles. We'll be kicking it off with Mexico and Bolivia for the boys 12 and under doubles. Then Guatemala and USA for the girls 18 and under doubles. And then we'll finish the night with Mexico in the boys 18 and under doubles.
Yeah, the girls 18 doubles is a round robin, and Team USA beat Team Guatemala at the first time. It's a double round robin. This could determine final placement.
So Sebastian Longoria calling that timeout, hoping to shake things up against Diego Garcia. Big skip that doesn't get him what he wants when he calls that timeout.
Not sure what Janko told Sebastian, but whatever he did, it certainly didn't work. Same theme. Janko.
Wow, nice play from Garcia in the front of the court. 9-0. Going to be a very strong player right now.
At 14, he's one of their elite players already. That's the first drive serve he got in. At least I thought he did. Maybe a foot, what do you call?
I'm not sure, I thought maybe.
Looked from here that it was legal. Foot fault.
There's the side out for Longoria. Here his Mexican teammates cheering him on the sidelines.
One thing about the Mexican team in general is they don't get shaken up. He's asking for an invasion, encroachment on the receiving line, however it wasn't called. First unforced error by Diego.
0 serves 9. And there's two unforced errors for Diego Garcia, and Longoria gets his first point.
That'll bring his heart rate down a tad. Got a point, he's on the board. Great shot, cross court by Diego. What I would do on that first serve is mix it up, put some more angles into it, reverse it, jam, or go directly with a lob serve, because Longoria is trying to overhit.
10-1. Another foot fault for Garcia. Second serve.
What the drive serve, the power serve will do, it's not affecting anything in this game. He's got a handsome lead, and chances are he'll close it out. But as we go later in the match, it may affect him in terms of how his legs are handling those drive serves.
Big skip for Longoria. 12-1. Wow. Nice shot.
This is a clinica.
Yeah, a little bit.
I
13-1.
expect things will change in game 2.
So far, traditionally, in the streaming matches that we've had yesterday and today, that has been true. It'd be interesting to see if Longoria can gain some momentum here.
Well, what Sebastian needs to do is establish a game plan, get some confidence going into game 2. That'll help. Shots like that will help. And shots like that won't.
Yeah, a lot of skips for Longoria. It's now game point for Diego Garcia. That's unfortunate. He's looking like he's blaming the side glass a little bit on that one, and it is a tricky element, as we've talked about,
Absolutely.
right, Gary?
It certainly was the fault of the glass, obviously.
Obviously. Well, Diego Garcia takes game 1, 15-1. Let's see if Mexico can re-strategize and Longoria can turn things around in game 2. Back at the semifinals in La Loma, Centro Deportivo is the host club in San Luis Potosí, Mexico. We'd like to thank our sponsors for making this event possible and bringing the 28th Junior World Championships to Mexico. That includes Penn. The official ball of the IRF is the green Penn ball. And of course, E-Force. You want to win?
Or what?
Now it'll be interesting to see if Sebastian Longoria has re-strategized, as you suggested, Gary, against Diego Garcia, who really dominated in game 1.
Well, we said at the outset that both of these players make few unforced errors. That was not the story in game 1 for Sebastian, obviously. Too many balls into the floor. And he's continuing that. On the other hand, Mr. Diego Garcia Quispe from Cochabamba has not really been successful with the drive, but the second serves have more than taken over. And there you go, his first ace on a drive serve.
Starts off with the first point then, 1-0.
Ace serve number 2 enseguida.
Just when we thought he didn't have that drive serve under wraps the first time.
Well, we were talking about Sebastian re-strategizing. Perhaps Diego, with the help of his brother, his coach Brian, re-strategize as well. Maybe a technical adjustment on the drive serve. Putting the ball out a little bit more forward, which changes the length or the distance the ball is required to travel to get over the short line. Now that ball looked good. Foot fault, okay?
Yeah, he has been having trouble with that foot fault. That's at least the 3rd time that he's been called for a foot fault.
So he goes with the high lob with the backhand. This guy has all the skills, whole package.
He does, and so young. Only playing in the 14s. We see a lot of talent coming out from Bolivia. And we were talking about it's tough for them to get to some other international events. But it's nice to see them representing here at the juniors.
They did win the juniors overall a couple years ago. Look from here. From here, what happened was part of the foot was over the front line, which is the service line. So as long as part of the foot is touching that red line, it's okay.
Then you're okay. It's 5-0 now.
It's a very difficult call for the official.
No.
Okay. Forehand winner by Sebastian.
Earns him the side out, 0-5.
This was not part of the game plan, Laura. Putting himself in a hole.
Oh. I think he's saying
He's asking for a court hinder, and Farel from Uruguay agrees. Was a court hinder.
Looks like the ball hit the cables, so they'll replay it. From Longoria. In the right spot.
Put a couple points right here will get him some momentum. He'll be right back in the match. Great touch pass. Front wall, side wall. 2 bounces, 38 feet.
Yeah, we definitely see Garcia looking off to his brother and coach after each point, which I think is nice for him to have that support. Wow.
Skip.
Oh, Longoria's. Okay, so Garcia appeals.
Call stands. Both lines persons agree with the call. So Diego will lose one of his available appeals this game. It's down to 2. Errant ceiling ball by Sebastian.
It's still 5-0.
Textbook pass cross court. Letter V angle for those of you at home. Out of the reach of his opponent. Ball took its second bounce close to the back wall. What a great serve. Another ace. So 3 aces on his drive serve this game.
Wow. 7-0.
And last game, think about it, I don't think he got 3 first serves in.
Yeah, you're probably right. He's getting called a lot for that foot fault. It's so hard.
It's one of the more difficult calls for the head official.
Yeah.
You start isolating on that and you may lose what's subsequently happening. Wraps it around first time. Unfortunately, in this semifinal, Sebastian's out of sync. Certainly affected by his opponent. Yet I'm confident he's not feeling it today.
Well, it's a good timeout then for Sebastian Longoria. We'll be right back and we'll see what Sebastian Longoria comes back with. being such a young player. He's such a young player. Gary, what were your thoughts on
He
that?
is such a young player. That being said, in Bolivia, he probably started at age 4. It's in the top tier of sports in Bolivia, racquetball is, and one of the reasons is they're good and they earn medals for their government. So they put a lot of support, both emotionally and financially. And
They have a lot of courts in Bolivia.
Morales, the president, is a racquetballista. He loves the sport, so he's going to support these new facilities, and they're all over the country, all over.
Yeah, and Bolivia has had a great representation at the Junior Worlds here, and they bring a good team. It's 8-0. Long serve.
Most of his faults have been either foot faults or short. That time was long.
Longoria keeps that one alive.
I'm watching him technically. He sets up, he's on balance, and when he strikes the ball, everything is in sync. He's not off balance on the back foot or overly aggressive on the front foot. So even when he doesn't put it away, he puts the pressure on the opponent.
He puts a good ball back up.
You see there, technically speaking, Sebastian stood on his back foot and just used his arm, and he struck it right into the floor. No rotation, or very little.
Another ace serve for Diego Garcia. Puts him up now 11-0. 4 aces for Garcia in game 2.
Left, right, angle, incredible.
Yeah, we've seen some great movement from Garcia, really keeping Longoria moving around in the backcourt. 12-0.
So let's examine that point. The 2 good shots hit by Sebastian were neutralized. One go back to the ceiling, the other he pushed a lob, and he shot the ball from 36, 37 feet. You're not going to win like that. Or you're going to win in terms of Diego. You keep your opponent deep, you're going to be very successful.
That's going to make it 14-0 now, match point for Garcia. Second serve. Just like that, Longoria gets the side out, and a chance now to get some points on the board. 1 point at a time.
He staved off match point number 1. Three-wall serve off the Z.
Wow, nice shot from Garcia. And like you said, keeps his opponent in the back of the court. He keeps pushing into the corners. Longoria gonna call a second timeout now, which means we'll be right back to see if Garcia can close out the match. It's 14-0 in game 2. Sebastian Longoria calling that timeout as he was able to hold off the first match point against Garcia, but Garcia answered back and now has an opportunity to close out the match.
This is not what we expected. We expected a fist fight out there, very, very tight, going 10 rounds. This one, unless things change radically right now, is going to go 2 rounds.
Yeah, right in the beginning of game one, they seemed very evenly matched, as you had predicted. But then, also, as you had said, it was going to matter who made the least amount of mistakes. And that's definitely been Garcia. Sebastian has been maybe beating himself a little bit.
He's asking for an out serve, that the ball hit the floor first. Goes back with that tremendous lob down the left side. Look at it, he lobs it. Now he's 38 feet. Now he's 25 feet.
Oh, and that ball is down. That means Diego Garcia wins 15-0 in game 2, defeating Christian Longoria and sending himself to the finals. So, excuse me, Sebastian Longoria. We'll see Christian in the finals tomorrow.
Laura, let's applaud the efforts of Garcia in this match. Incredible talent, and was displayed on the floor, winning 2-0 rather handily.
Yep, some outstanding playing from Bolivia. We're going to hear from Garcia in just a few minutes in a quick interview, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and then we're going to kick off the doubles for the rest of the evening. So stick around, folks. We have Garcia coming up.
We're here with Mr. Garcia Quispe from Cochabamba in Bolivia. ¿Qué era tu plan antes del partido, señor?
Bueno, mi plan era ganar, dar todo de mí y representar bien a mi país.
So his response was, number 1, to win the match, and 2, to play well, and 3, to represent his country. Increíble tu talento en muchos aspectos. Por ejemplo, ofensivos con servicios, durante el punto. ¿Quién es tu entrenador?
Bueno, mi entrenador es mi hermano, que ya desde los 6 años ya me entrena él, en los cuales gracias a él estoy como así.
His response is he's been coached for 6 years by his brother Brian, so he appreciates all that he has been doing over the past 6 years. Bolivia is very, very strong in the world in racquetball. Racquetball is part of their top tier in terms of deportes. And una pregunta más, señor. ¿Qué es tu plan en el final mañana?
Bueno, mi plan es ganar y salir campeón.
He plans to win and be the champion of the world. Gracias por todo. Felicidades.